Rise this morning, for God has given you new strength today. When you opened your eyes, heaven announced that purpose still calls your name. Breath in your lungs is evidence that your assignment is not finished, and the challenges you faced yesterday are not authorized to define the power you carry today. Every new dawn is a divine reminder that you are not a mistake wandering through life. You are an intentional creation, designed with precision and equipped with potential. Strength is not only the ability to endure, it is the capacity to rise again, to think again, to believe again. When God gives strength, He is not simply giving energy. He is giving clarity, vision, and the courage to move toward what you were born to do. There is greatness in you that refuses to stay asleep. There are gifts in you waiting to be activated. The reason you woke up is because there are prayers to be answered through you, dreams that can only be built by your hands, and people whose lives will be transformed because you decided to rise today. Do not measure your strength by the weight of your problems. Measure it by the authority of the one who empowered you. What you carry comes from a source that does not weaken. So step into this day with intention. Walk with the awareness that you are backed by divine purpose. Rise with a renewed mind, because strength is not given for comfort. It is given for assignment. Today is not just another day. It is a deposit of opportunity, a fresh page in the story of your destiny. God has already placed within you everything required to conquer, to build, to influence, and to uplift. Your responsibility is simply to rise and keep rising. Rise this morning, for God has given you new strength today. Strength is not merely the sensation of energy in your body. It is the awakening of your inner authority. It is the stirring of something deep within you, reminding you that your life is not governed by circumstances, not controlled by the opinions of others, not shaped by your past disappointments, but empowered by divine intention. Each morning is heaven's declaration that your purpose has been extended. You were not dismissed in the night. Instead, you were summoned again into the realm of possibility. When God grants you a new day, He is giving you more than time. He is giving you access to new ideas, new relationships, new levels of thinking. A new day is an invitation to rise above patterns that once held you captive. It is heaven telling you that you are permitted to begin again. Yesterday's failures cannot cross the border into today unless you carry them. Yesterday's fears have no authority unless you grant them permission. The same God who stood with you in your weakness now stands with you in renewed strength. You rise this morning not as who you were, but as who you are becoming. Growth is often invisible while it is happening, but undeniable once it has manifested. You may not feel stronger, but strength is not always a feeling. Sometimes it is a quiet knowing that the battle you feared before no longer intimidates you. It is the subtle confidence that what overwhelmed you last year will not break you this year. Strength is found in the mind before it is felt in the body. What changes first is not your circumstance, but your perspective. When you rise with purpose, you rise with identity. Purpose stabilizes your soul. Without purpose, days blur together. Life becomes routine. Survival replaces vision. But once you understand that every day is loaded with divine intention, you begin to move differently. You speak differently. You make decisions with the awareness that your life is interconnected with destinies beyond your own. You are not here to simply exist. You are here to influence, to impact, to represent, to transform. Strength is the fuel for assignment. Assignment is the reason for breath. There is a reason you did not quit. There is a reason you woke up with resilience you cannot explain. There is a reason certain doors closed. They were not designed for the weight of your future. There is a reason certain relationships faded. They could not accompany you into the next dimension of your purpose. Strength often comes disguised as separation. Sometimes God strengthens you not by adding more, but by removing what was draining you. Rise this morning with the awareness that pruning is not punishment. It is preparation. Every morning God renews strength because He knows life will demand it. There are conversations ahead that require wisdom. There are decisions ahead that require courage. There are opportunities ahead that require boldness. There are challenges ahead that require resilience. Strength is your divine currency for navigating the day, and you have been fully funded. You lack nothing necessary for the task before you. You are not under-resourced. You are not under-equipped. Everything required for this day has already been deposited within you. Rise today knowing that strength is not loud. It does not always roar. Sometimes strength whispers. Sometimes it simply says, keep going. Sometimes it says, try again. Sometimes it says, walk away. Sometimes it says, wait. Strength is more than motion, it is discernment. It is the ability to know which battles are yours and which ones must be left in God's hands. It is the ability to choose peace when chaos invites you to fight. It is the courage to stand still when everything around you shakes. There is a strength in you that has survived storms others never saw. You have endured battles you never spoke about. You have navigated seasons where you encouraged others while quietly bleeding within. Yet here you are, rising still, becoming still, expanding still. That alone is proof that your purpose is not fragile. You are built for the journey ahead. Your scars are not signs of defeat. They are signatures of survival. They testify that nothing has been able to cancel the plan written over your life. As you rise this morning, step into the awareness that strength grows when purpose is pursued. You cannot manifest greatness while remaining in the comfort of yesterday. Every new level requires a new you. Every dimension of destiny requires a deeper commitment. Every breakthrough requires a mindset that refuses to retreat. The strength you have today is crafted specifically for the environment you are about to enter. Do not waste it on worry. Do not pour it into anxiety. Do not empty it on what no longer deserves your attention. Rise with expectation. Expectation is faith in motion. Expectation attracts opportunities that hesitation repels. Expectation positions you to see doors others overlook. When you believe that God has strengthened you for something, you begin to look for that something. You begin to speak like someone with purpose, move like someone with clarity, and decide like someone who understands that destiny is time sensitive. This day is not ordinary. It is carrying something for you, something that requires strength, something that requires resolve, something that requires your full attention and your full faith. Rise this morning understanding that strength is relational. Weakness pulls you into isolation, but strength draws you toward alignment. You begin to connect with people who speak to your future, not your fears. You begin to identify voices that activate your gifts, not your insecurities. The strength God gives is not for you alone. It is meant to overflow into others. Your confidence will inspire someone. Your endurance will encourage someone. Your wisdom will strengthen someone. Purpose is always communal. No one rises for themselves alone. As you rise, guard your mind. Strength leaks fastest through unchallenged thoughts. If you permit negativity to dominate your thinking, you dismantle your own power. Do not rehearse old failures. Do not magnify imagined threats. Do not empower fear with your focus. Your mind is the factory of your future. Whatever you meditate on, you manifest. Choose thoughts that align with the strength you've been given. Choose words that reinforce your identity. Choose actions that agree with your purpose. Rise with discipline. Strength without discipline becomes wasted potential. You cannot rise at the level of your purpose while living at the level of your comfort. Discipline is the gateway to mastery. It is the ability to say yes to the future and no to the distractions of the present. Those who rise consistently are those who choose purpose over pleasure, progress over procrastination, growth over familiarity. Your consistency will open doors your talent alone cannot. Rise with integrity. Strength thrives in environments of character. What you build without integrity cannot carry the weight of longevity. When you rise in truth, rise in honor, rise in authenticity, your strength multiplies. Integrity stabilizes your influence. It ensures that what God gives you will not collapse under the pressure of public visibility or private compromise. Rise this morning determined to be the kind of person whose strength is matched by their character. Rise with gratitude. Gratitude amplifies strength. When you acknowledge the goodness of God, your spirit becomes energized. Gratitude shifts your focus from what is missing to what is possible. It reminds you that you have already survived what once terrified you. It reminds you that God has already provided in ways you could not have orchestrated. Gratitude is a weapon. It silences worry, dismantles fear, and strengthens faith. Rise with creativity. Strength unveils ideas that have been waiting for your attention. There are solutions in you that the world needs. There are innovations, strategies, songs, books, businesses, and breakthroughs locked within you. Strength gives you the courage to think differently, to question limitations, to stretch beyond what you were told was possible. The fact that God renewed your strength today means there is something new for you to express, something new for you to build, something new for you to begin. Rise with boldness. Fear is intimidated by those who understand their divine source. You were not given strength to live small. You were not given strength to shrink into the shadows of doubt. You were given strength to advance, to step into opportunities that once scared you, to speak in places where your voice once trembled, to stand in rooms that once felt too big. Boldness is not arrogance, it is alignment. It is agreeing with what God has placed inside you. Rise with vision. Strength without vision becomes scattered. Vision directs your energy, focuses your passion, and aligns your decisions. When you know where you are going, the distractions around you lose their power. Vision sharpens your discernment and expands your capacity. Today, let your strength fuel your vision. Let it move you forward. Let it remind you that what you see within is more real than what you see around you. Rise with peace. True strength is not frantic. It is settled. It is anchored. It is rooted in trust. Peace is evidence that you know who holds the day, who guides your steps, who fights unseen battles on your behalf. Rise with the assurance that you are not walking into this day alone. Divine presence goes before you, stands beside you, watches behind you. Peace is the posture of a soul confident in its source. Rise with determination. Determination transforms strength into action. It is the decision that you will not retreat when the day challenges you. It is the resolve that you will not allow discouragement to hijack your momentum. Determination is the internal agreement that quitting is not an option, shrinking is not acceptable, settling is not your destiny. The strength God has given you today is designed for movement. Use it. Step into your assignment with unwavering resolve. Rise this morning, for God has given you new strength today, strength to think at a higher level, to dream at a deeper level, to work with greater excellence, to love with greater compassion, to forgive with greater freedom, to lead with greater clarity. Rise because you have been chosen. Rise because you have been equipped. Rise because you have been entrusted with purpose. Rise because you are needed. Rise because destiny is calling your name again today. Rise this morning, for God has given you new strength today. Strength that reaches deeper than emotion, deeper than motivation, deeper than the moment. Strength that awakens identity, restores dignity, and ignites purpose. Strength that whispers to every weary place within you, you are still capable, you are still chosen, you are still becoming. This strength is not borrowed from your environment. It is breathed into your spirit. It comes from a source untouched by human limitation, unaffected by yesterday's failures, unmoved by the weight of past disappointments. It is a strength that flows from the eternal into the present, reminding you that your existence is intentional. Rise today with understanding that strength is often revealed through responsibility. If God trusted you with this day, it means there is something within you aligned with His plan. You were not given this day arbitrarily. Heaven does nothing without intention. Every sunrise is a divine endorsement of your relevance. Every breath is a confirmation that the earth still needs what you carry. Your gifts, your insight, your experiences, your voice, none of these are accidental. They are purposefully placed within you to influence the world around you. You have survived battles that should have depleted you, yet here you stand with renewed strength. Not because you were strong enough on your own, but because God Himself refilled what life attempted to drain. You may have walked through seasons where the nights felt unending, where your tears felt heavier than your hope, where confusion drowned out your clarity. Yet even in the darkness, strength was being formed. Resilience was being crafted. Depth was being produced. Now as you rise today, you rise with a strength that has been tested, tempered, and proven. This strength is not only for external challenges, it is for the internal ones. The quiet struggles you rarely speak about, the self-doubt that attempts to negotiate your value, the fears that try to paralyze your progress, the memories that whisper lies about your worth. Strength confronts these internal battles with authority. Strength reminds you that you are not defined by what you have endured, but by what you are empowered to become. Strength teaches you that your mind must be aligned before your steps can be purposeful. Rise today with the awareness that strength is not the absence of pressure. It is the mastery of pressure. Diamonds are formed under pressure. Purpose is often revealed in pressure. Greatness awakens under pressure. If the weight you carry feels heavy, it is because what is being shaped within you is significant. Strength is not proven in comfort. It is proven in the moments when comfort is absent and you still choose to rise. You rise today not because everything is perfect, but because everything is purposeful. Even the uncomfortable places serve a role in shaping you. Trials refine your character. Delays sharpen your discernment. Conflict strengthens your patience. Resistance conditions your persistence. What you face is not designed to break you, but to build you. You are being sculpted into someone who can be trusted with the future that belongs to you. Rise with the knowledge that strength expands your capacity. There are abilities within you that you have not discovered yet. There are levels of resilience you have not accessed yet. There are ideas waiting for your confidence, dreams waiting for your courage, opportunities waiting for your readiness. Strength is the key that unlocks these deeper dimensions of your identity. Today is not a repetition of yesterday. It is an elevation above it. Rise with intention. A day without intention becomes a day surrendered to chance. But a day approached with clarity becomes a day of transformation. Intention directs your energy toward what matters most. It protects you from distractions disguised as obligations. It aligns your decisions with your destiny. When you rise intentionally, you step into the day as a creator, not merely a participant. You stop waiting for life to happen and begin shaping life through purpose-driven action. Rise with the understanding that strength is a gift, but endurance is a choice. You may not control every event that occurs today, but you can control how you respond. You can choose patience over panic. You can choose wisdom over reaction. You can choose faith over fear. You can choose hope over despair. Strength gives you the power to choose your posture, even when you cannot choose your circumstances. This is the authority God has entrusted to you. Rise this morning with an open heart. Strength makes room for new beginnings. It makes space for fresh possibilities. When your heart is open, opportunities find you. When your heart is open, healing enters. When your heart is open, wisdom flows. Do not allow past wounds to close what God is trying to open. Your future requires openness. Your growth requires receptivity. Your transformation requires willingness. Rise with courage. Courage is not the absence of fear, but the decision that fear will not govern your life. You may feel nervous, uncertain, hesitant, but rise anyway. Courage grows as you move. The path becomes clearer as you step. Doors open when you approach them. The vision becomes sharper as you walk toward it. Fear is loud, but courage is stronger. Fear imagines failure, but courage imagines possibility. Fear stops you, but courage moves you. Rise with the awareness that strength is not selfish. Strength flows outward. When you rise, others rise with you. Your determination inspires someone's perseverance. Your progress awakens someone's dream. Your faith strengthens someone's belief. There are people connected to your obedience. Your rising is not just for you. It is for every life your journey will touch. You are a carrier of transformation, a vessel of influence, a catalyst for change. Rise with wisdom. Wisdom stabilizes strength. Without wisdom, strength becomes reckless. With wisdom, strength becomes impactful. Wisdom guides your decisions, protects your emotions, refines your vision, and aligns your steps with destiny. Wisdom teaches you when to speak and when to remain silent. It teaches you what to pursue and what to release. It teaches you how to handle success and how to grow through failure. Wisdom is the companion of strength, and together they produce greatness. Rise with perseverance. Not everything will shift immediately. Some breakthroughs require consistency. Some transformations require time. Some dreams require persistent pursuit. Strength gives you the ability to continue when progress seems slow. Do not confuse delay with denial. Do not confuse silence with abandonment. Do not confuse difficulty with impossibility. Perseverance reveals the depth of your commitment to the future you desire. Rise with clarity. Clarity dissolves confusion. When you know who you are, you stop negotiating your identity. When you know what you carry, you stop apologizing for your potential. When you know where you are going, you stop being distracted by what is irrelevant. Clarity sharpens your focus and strengthens your resolve. Today, see yourself as God sees you. Capable, prepared, equipped, purposed, and empowered. Humility is not weakness. It is strength under control. It is the awareness that your gifts serve a higher purpose. It is the understanding that influence is responsibility, not entitlement. Humility positions you to learn, to grow, to evolve. It protects your character as your platform expands. Humility ensures that your strength benefits others, not merely yourself. Rise with expectation. Expectation influences manifestation. What you anticipate creates the atmosphere for what you receive. Expect goodness. Expect favor. Expect open doors. Expect divine connections. Expect clarity. Expect solutions. Expect progress. Expect transformation. Expect strength to carry you through every moment of this day. When expectation fills your heart, doubt loses its grip. Rise with an anchored spirit. Stability is a form of strength. In a world full of noise, distractions, and shifting values, an anchored spirit remains unshaken. Stability gives your decisions depth and your identity consistency. When your spirit is grounded, external chaos cannot disrupt your internal peace. You are centered. You are aligned. You are fortified. Rise with authenticity. You were not designed to imitate anyone. Strength flows most freely through authenticity. Your uniqueness is your advantage. Your difference is your assignment. When you embrace who you truly are, you access the full power of what God placed within you. Pretending weakens you. Authenticity strengthens you. Rise with love. Love is one of the greatest expressions of strength. It takes strength to forgive. It takes strength to listen. It takes strength to show compassion. It takes strength to remain patient. It takes strength to lead with kindness in a world that often chooses hardness. When you love well, you reflect divine character. When you love well, you elevate your environment. When you love well, you open the door for healing to flow. Rise with purpose burning in your soul. Purpose is the fire that strengthens your resolve. Purpose gives meaning to your pain, direction to your decisions, and motivation to your efforts. When you live purposefully, you stop drifting and start directing. You stop settling and start stepping. You stop wondering and start creating. Purpose is the compass that guides you through every season. Rise this morning, for God has given you new strength today. Strength to build what you once feared. Strength to pursue what you once postponed. Strength to rise from what once held you down. Strength to walk boldly into the day, fully aware that you are divinely equipped, intentionally chosen, and profoundly capable. Rise, because the world needs the version of you that is strengthened, awakened, and aligned. Rise, because destiny is calling and you are ready. Rise, because this day was crafted for your unfolding. Rise with confidence, with vision, with faith, with resilience, with fire in your spirit and purpose in your steps. Rise and keep rising. Rise this morning, for God has given you new strength today. Let this strength remind you that you are not defined by where you have been, but by where you are empowered to go. You are equipped for the challenges ahead, prepared for the opportunities awaiting you, and supported by a purpose greater than every obstacle you will face. Step into this day with confidence, knowing that what has been renewed within you is more powerful than anything that stands before you. Let your rising today be the beginning of new clarity, new courage, and new momentum, because strength given by God is never wasted, never random, and never without intention.